Hello everyone. Today we are going to start the next chapter, that is verbs. So what are verbs? Verbs are the words that tell us what the subject in a sentence is, what it does or what it possesses, and we can say that verbs are the action words. Like for example, Mayank is a boy. Here the word is a verb, and second example, I eat an apple every day. So here eat is a verb. So is in first example is a main verb, whereas eat in the second example is a action word. So there are three types of verbs. First is verbs that expresses action. Second, verbs that denote being. And third is verbs that denote belongings. So let's begin with the first form of verb. So first form is verbs that expresses action. So words like go, sit, stand, talk, walk, etc. are the example of action words. So we can say the words that show us the action, that what the doer is doing or having, they are termed as the action words. Now second is verbs that denote being. So the words which tell us about what a person or a thing is. And the verbs which are used with other action words are termed as being verbs, and they act as the main verb too in the sentence. So some of the verbs which denote being are am, is, are, was, were, being and been. So we can say that these words are the words which denote being. For example, I am reading. So here reading is the main verb and am is the helping verb. So in short, we can say that helping words are known as the being verbs. Now the third one is verbs that denote belongings. So verbs that show us the belongings or possession are termed as the belonging verbs, and they are used as the main verbs. Like for example, they have a big blue car. Here the word have is denoting the belonging of the person. So the words like has, have, had are termed as the belonging words. So now our next topic is subject and verb agreement. So in this topic we are going to study about some rules which we need to keep in our mind while making the sentence. So as we all know that every sentence has a subject and a verb. So in subject and verb agreement, the subject and the verb in a sentence must agree in number. Like for example, the market stays open all night. Here the word market is a singular subject. So the verb is also singular. That means the word stays is also a singular verb. So we can say that when the subject is singular, then the verb in the sentence should also be singular. So now let's begin with some rules based on subject and verb agreement. So the first rule is, if the subject is singular, then the verb should also be singular. As we have seen in the previous example, that if the subject is singular, then the verb should also be singular. Let's see in another example based on singular subject and singular verb. Rani is coming out of the room. So in this example too, Rani is a singular subject and is coming is also a singular verb. So we can say that according to the first rule, if in the sentence there is a singular subject, then we need to use singular verb. Now second rule, if the subject in a sentence is plural, then the verb should also be plural. For example, Rani and Raman are coming out of the room. Here Rani and Raman are plural subject and are coming is also a plural verb. So according to second rule, we can say that if the subject in a sentence is plural, then we need to use plural verb only in that sentence. Now, third is with I and you, we always use the plural verb. That means if in a sentence there is a word I or you, then we need to use plural verb only with these two verbs. Like for example, you are a good boy. So in this sentence, you is the subject, that is a singular subject, but we have used are, that is a plural verb in this sentence. So this was the exception that we need to keep in our mind, that if in a sentence there is a word like I or you, then we need to use a plural verb with these words. So I hope the topic verb is clear.